The crown jewel of the badminton calendar. Over 8 days, more than 360 elite shuttlers across 5 events will battle it out at the Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium, all sharing one common aim, earning the right to be crowned world champion. Who'll be the last one standing in Japan? You're watching the TotalEnergies BWF World Championships 2022 preview show.
It's in, it's way in, and Loh Yu of Singapore becomes the world champion. He can hardly believe it. Beat the Olympic champion and the world #1 in the very first round.
An unforgettable triumph in Huelva, Spain. Last year, Singapore's Loh Yu became his country's first BWF World Champion after clinching the men's singles title. Loh was unseeded, and his fairy tale run included upset wins over Denmark's Big Two, Victor Axelsen and Anders Antonsen.
The golds to Loh Yu of Singapore.
The final chapter was written with a straight games victory over India's Srikanth Kidambi. Now ranked 9th in the world, Loh's form this season hasn't quite matched up to the heights of 2021. The 26-year-old arrives in Japan on the back of the just concluded Commonwealth Games and will be hoping to ride on the momentum of his title defense.
I mean, it's my 3rd World Champs, and the previous time I won it, so definitely a lot of people definitely expects me to defend the title and all, but I'm just gonna go there and prepare myself one match at a time as usual.
Having won the 2017 edition, Denmark ace Axelsen is gunning to become the first European male to win multiple World Championship singles titles. World #1's confidence is at an all-time high, fueled by an incredible 32-match unbeaten run that's yielded 3 straight titles on the World Tour. His imperious form can be traced back to his Olympic coronation in the Japanese capital last year.
I never think about myself that way. I know in order to keep improving, to keep staying hungry and motivated, I need to be a constant learner, and every day is a new day to get better, both on and off the court. So I still have a long way to go, but obviously I'm really enjoying the success. It's a result of all the hard work, and now I'm just trying to do the best I can to play the best I possibly can.
Home favourite Kento Momota will be targeting a 3rd world title. The world #2 has endured a torrid run of form in the past 2 years, but there's hope he'll rise from the ashes. Just last month, he went all the way to the Malaysian Open final, where he faced none other than Victor Axelsen for what was their 18th encounter. But the popular Japanese shuttler had suffered 4 first-round exits this year alone. The Tokyo showpiece is also a golden opportunity for the 27-year-old to atone for his shock opening round loss in last year's Home Olympics. The World Championships also come hot on the heels of Anthony Ginting's first title in 2 years. The Indonesian won the Singapore Open last month, ending a treacherous trophy drought.
It is a good timing to us as a player to prepare it well, because after so many tournaments that we play, of course we felt really tired, but mentally and physically. I think in the World Championship it will be more exciting match, because we are already prepared it well. It is very important for us, especially in badminton, because the title is really prestigious. So yeah.
Ginting will now hope to go one better than his 3 previous World Championship appearances, where he's never reached the 3rd round. His compatriot Jonathan Christie went one step further in 2019, reaching the quarter-final. The Swiss Open 2022 champion will be looking to regain his consistency, as he has only once made it past the 2nd round in his past 5 events. Christie did, however, advance to the semi-final of the Malaysia Open before succumbing to eventual winner Axelsen. Another player to watch out for is Lee Zijia. The 24-year-old is aiming to be the first Malaysian to win the gold medal at the Worlds. With victories at the Asian Championships and Thailand Open this year, Lee has risen to a career-high number 5 in the world. He opted to skip the national team's Commonwealth Games campaign to keep himself in optimal condition for Tokyo. The big hitters from India's Thomas Cup winning squad will be in the spotlight as well. Lakshya Sen and Srikanth Kidambi clashed with each other in the semi-finals in Spain last year, with the latter moving on to the final. With a handful of World Championship campaigns to his name, 30-year-old HS Pranoy will be aiming to go deeper in Tokyo this time around. He has lost to the eventual champion in the past 2 editions.
I've never done well when I've kept aims or targets, so I've kept it long aside. I think it's really important to enjoy playing, and it's a good thing that everything is open right now and everybody is able to enjoy the matches live. So yeah, I think I'm trying to enjoy myself all these situations.
And the serve is called good. What a tame way for the match to end.
It was a career milestone to savour as Akane Yamaguchi rose to the top of the world in 2021. Her conquest over Tai Tzu-Ying also meant she was the second Japanese woman after Nozomi Okuhara to lift the trophy. She started 2022 by claiming the All England Open singles title, but her form in the months after has taken a drastic dip. The world number 1 suffered back-to-back defeats to Indonesia's Gregoria Mariska Tunjung in last month's Malaysia Open and Malaysia Masters. Yamaguchi's title defense has grown tougher, as she, just like her male compatriot Momota, is looking to redeem a disappointing quarter-final exit at the Tokyo Olympics. Tai Tzu-Ying's bitter memories of playing bridesmaid in last year's Tokyo Olympics and World Championships are fading fast, thanks to a solid 2022. Out of the 8 tournaments the Chinese Taipei shuttler competed in, she lifted the trophy 3 times, one of which included being a home hero at the Taipei Open recently.
我觉得自己需要加强的地方应该一直都是稳定性吧，就是希望说在下场的时候可以很专注，然后去把每一颗球做好，因为我觉得这是我一直以来遇到比较大的状况。
Missing from Chen Yufei's mantelpiece is a World Championship title. The Olympic champion, who's just 24 but seems to have been around for an eternity, came close to winning it in 2017 and 2019. She was 3rd in both editions. Chen's individual pursuit has also attracted a national obsession of sorts, and that's because the last Chinese woman world champion was crowned more than a decade ago.
首先是把自己的状态调整好，然后把自己的能力储备好，然后还有就是这4周发现的问题其实还是比较多的，所以我觉得可以去好好总结一下，然后针对性的去解决一些细节上的东西吧。主要还是自己的一些被限制之后打不出自己节奏的时候，怎么去扭转这个局面，那怎么再去打，就是战术线路可以更加的丰富一些吧，我觉得。
Gone on. One more point to realise the dream. She's done it. Pusala Venkata Sindhu wins the gold medal.
India's Pusala V Sindhu finally cracked the code in 2019, but her crown slipped in Huelva after a quarter-final loss to nemesis Tai Tzu-Ying. That aside, Pusala has a knack of striking form at the right time at the World Championships, with 1 title and 5 semi-final appearances to show for.
People say that I'm a big tournament player. Well, I would take that as a compliment, but I think it's just that I prepare for each tournament the same way, and yeah, I mean it's good in a way, you know, playing well. So looking forward for the same one again. So hoping for the medal this time too. So let's hope for the best.
The newly minted Singapore Open champion is the only shuttler from the world's top 10 to participate in the Commonwealth Games, and it remains to be seen if the exertions could strengthen or scupper her title quest. One of the obstacles for the Indian could be Ansa Young, who's triumphed in all 5 of their meetings. With the Malaysia Masters and Korean Open title successes, the 20-year-old has established herself as one of the favourites for the World Championship title. Meanwhile, Indonesia's top shuttler Gregora Mariska Tunjung has produced several standout performances. Last month, the 2017 Junior World Champion bested Yamaguchi in back-to-back tournaments in Malaysia and made it to the last 4 at the Malaysia Masters. It also marked the first time in almost 4 years she has qualified for an HSBC BWF World Tour semi-final. The shot of renewed confidence will be helpful as she strives to improve on her 3 previous World Championships appearances, all of which ended in early round exits.
Saya akan coba untuk lebih maksimal lagi di latihan untuk persiapan di World Championship. Saya ingin menunjukkan saya bisa bertanding lebih bagus dibanding turnamen ini. Motivasi di lapangannya saya harus lebih paksa lagi untuk dapat hasil yang lebih baik.
If Tunjung were to upset the odds and claim the world title, she would become the 3rd Indonesian to win the women's singles crown. We bring you back to 1993 in Birmingham, where Susi Susanti made her conquest. Coming up, we check out the doubles, the contenders and the dark horses of the TotalEnergies BWF World Championships 2022. Welcome to the TotalEnergies BWF World Championships 2022 preview show. In men's doubles, the world #1 pairing of Marcus Fernaldo Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo haven't had the best preparation, failing to impress in their home tournaments, the Indonesia Masters and Indonesia Open in June. The Minions, who've never made the last 8 in World Championships history, have also withdrawn from several tournaments across Malaysia and Singapore. Nonetheless, the top duo remain the pair to beat, and it will require something extra special to topple them. Indonesia's hopes of medaling in this event also hinge heavily on the pairing of Muhammad Hasan and Hendra Setiawan. The Daddies have enjoyed a streak of dominance in World Championships history. They were champions in 2013, 2015 and 2019. Is there room for one more trophy?
Oke, mungkin buat kami berdua sih mungkin lebih banyak ke mungkin latih daya tahan ototnya ya. Dan juga untuk gymnya mungkin lebih banyak sih nanti. Keinginan untuk menang untuk menjadi juara dunia itu harus lebih tinggi sih. Jadi kan ini namanya juga kejuaraan dunia ya, pasti lebih lebih apa ya, lebih ada apa sih, prestis mungkin ya. Jadi ya rasa ingin menangnya lebih tinggi di balik persiapan yang bagus ya.
The strength of Indonesia's doubles is extraordinary, and they have a third pair in the top 5 rankings, spearheading the country's charge for the championship. Fajar Alfian and Muhammad Rian Ardianto are the latest duo to make their mark, having established themselves as the new upstarts of the badminton scene, with 3 titles in 7 finals appearances this year.
Ya pasti semua orang, semua atlet itu pengen menjuarai di kejuaraan dunia ini ya. Semua atlet pasti pengen, jadi kita harus mempersiapkannya dari sekarang juga, mulai fokus lagi, fokus di turnamen ini, terus juga setelah ini kita harus benar-benar fokus buat di World Champ ini, jangan sampai kita di sana malah beban ya. Jadi kita harus tetap menjaga konsistensi ini, harus tetap dijaga terus.
In the final of the Thailand Open and Malaysia Open, they were outgunned by the Japanese pairing of Takura Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi. The reigning world champions have always been consistent in their performance, and when humming in sync, it's difficult to outwit them.
That's it. And that is it. On their second match point opportunity, Takura Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi become the first pair from Japan to win the World Championship gold medal in the men's doubles discipline. 21-12, 21-18.
Chinese Taipei's pair of Li Yang and Wang Qilin will be in the mix as well, although results have not gone their way in 2022. The reigning Olympic champions finished second best in last month's Taipei Open, the first time they've reached a tournament final this year.
They've done it on their third match point opportunity. Chen Qingcheng and Jia Yifan win their second World Championship gold medal. Chen Qingcheng and Jia Yifan, a second time that they have stood on the top of the World Championship podium.
To women's doubles for a quite incredible stat. The defending champions Chen Qingcheng and Jia Yifan have only lost to one set of opponents in the past 4 World Championships, and that's to Indonesia's Grecia Poli and Apriani Rahayu in 2018 and 2019. Bookending those 2 defeats are, of course, their 2 title triumphs. The Chinese tandem, with their formidable offensive power, have won 3 titles in a packed schedule this year. They're expecting a tough challenge in what's a relatively open field.
每一个对手都非常的强劲，然后我觉得，主要是我们要继续要调整面对困难的这个能力，不能说因为我们比赛打多了就对，这种胜负会有一点迷茫，然后因为我们确实每天都面对着胜负，然后我觉得更加要调动出来我们的求胜的欲望，因为每次比赛都非常的不容易，对，还是像我之前说的，不要觉得自己应该怎么样，要觉得自己，必须就是或者是很难得才是这个样子的。
Another edition and another chance to find out if Yuki Fukushima and Sayaka Hirota can finally break the curse. The Japanese duo tripped up at the final hurdle for 3 straight World Championships between 2017 and 2019. This season has been far from ideal though, with the 2 still craving a title conquest. Their best showing was at the Indonesia Open, where they ended up as losing finalists.
Yeah, it was inevitable in the end, wasn't it? Match point number 4, it was taken. It's a 5th win in a row for the top seeds.
A heartbreaker in 2021 for Mayu Matsumoto and Wakana Nagahara, after their hopes of 3 straight titles came to an end. Winners in 2018 and 2019, the world titles are the most glittering achievements on their playing resume. Like Fukushima and Hirota, their date with Tokyo represents a chance to make up for a shock quarterfinal result at the Home Olympics.
日本で行われるのはすごく嬉しいので、やっぱり世界選手権って大きい大会なので、そこで日本の皆さんの前で久しぶりにプレーできるのを楽しみに、そこに向けてもしっかり頑張っていきたいなと思います。
Japan's most informed pairing this season is Nami Matsuyama and Chiharu Shida. Halted at the quarterfinal last year by eventual winners Chen and Tia, the world number 5 pair are on the lookout after capturing titles at the All England, the Thailand Open and the Indonesia Open. Following their heroics at the Yuba Cup in Bangkok, the South Korea contingent will aim to produce their country's first women's doubles world champions since 1995. Korea's top pairing of Lee So-hee and Shin Seung-chan are still trying to find their groove. The world number 3's best finish so far this year is a semi-final appearance at the Indonesian Open. Since securing the Korea Masters title in April, Kim So-young and Kong Hee-young have just participated in 2 events and were ousted in the first rounds. The world number 4 pair would have to quickly regain their form to reproduce their bronze medal run in 2021.
And they've done it on their first match point. Dichapon Puavaranukro and Samsuri Terattanachai of Thailand. And now the world champions, Dichapon Puavaranukro and Samsuri Terattanachai.
Dechapol Puavaranukro and Sapsiri Terattanachai smashed their way into the history books by capturing the mixed doubles title in Spain last year. They were the first Thai players to win this event, upgrading from their previous silver medal finish in the process. The conquest was also the cherry on a superlative 2021, where they won almost everything in sight. But this year has been less spectacular, with their Singapore Open win late last month, only their second title victory to date, which probably explains them getting all pragmatic in their preamble to Tokyo.
First, we just focus and play every match. Since first match, the best and no pressure, just play our best.
In World Championship, no pressure and maintain and recovery first.
Prepare and maintain mental, physical, and improve. Many things have to improve. Yeah.
It went down as one of the biggest upsets ever in World Championships history. Deng Se-wei and Huang Ya-cheong were bundled out of the second round in Huelva by their relatively unknown opponents from Hong Kong, China. It was a watershed moment as a pair were later dismantled. Deng and Huang did eventually reunite and have been on a tear since. Heading into Tokyo, the two have reeled off 6 straight titles in quick time. That also translates into a winning streak of 30 unbeaten matches. But the two-time world champions are not about to let complacency seep into their plans and believe they can improve further.
去把这2个月打的比赛中出现的一些问题，然后再去解决一些，因为也到了世锦赛，也是大赛嘛。然后我们也希望说是在世锦赛的时候能有一个就是更好的我们在场上吧。
我觉得应该是在技术方面吧。在技术方面，我们确实在场上其实很多时候还是存在了一些像对手可能昨天针对了我们一些战术，然后我们可能就会比较吃亏。
The other Chinese pairing of Wang Yiliu and Huang Dongping are also heavily tipped to go deep in the tournament. With silver in 2018 and bronze in 2019, the world number 4 tandem will be hoping to convert the medal colour to gold this time round. And they have fond memories of the Japanese capital, for it's there that they became Olympic champions by edging out Deng and Huang in a 3-game thriller. Japan's Yuta Watanabe and Arisa Higashino are the dark horses and will be counting on home support to improve on their previous 2 World Championships outings. The world number 3 pairing finished 3rd in 2019 and went home with silver last year. Malaysia's Goh Soon Huat and Siobhan Jamie Lai are seasoned campaigners, and Tokyo will be their 4th edition. Despite a 4-year title drought, the world number 15 pair will be encouraged by their recent semi-final appearance at the Singapore Open, where they lost to Puavaranukro and Terattanachai. The same Thai pair that accounted for their quarter-final exit in Huelva last year. Goh and Lai believe making the last 8 again will be a realistic target.
We have put our target in World Championship at the quarter-final. So we're trying to break through from there.
But the World Championships is something very prestigious. The title is prestigious. So
for us both, we would definitely want at least a medal in that event. Yeah. So for us, even though every tournament now is our target is in the quarterfinals, before meeting the top 4 pairs, I think we are trying to still stabilize our games and become more consistent. So the next World Championships will be a good battleground for us to start again, and then to test out our game, to continue improving, and also making our game more stable.
We've come to the end of the show, but that means it's time for you to mark the dates on your calendar. The tournament will be held from August 22nd to 28th. In the meantime, remember to log on to bwfworldchampionships.bwfbadminton.com for the latest on the TotalEnergies BWF World Championships 2022. See you in Tokyo.